Congratulations to Nightwave's Mersh for finally getting over 5,000 listens on his comedy album! Woo! It only took 10 years. 10 years, and finally, someone listened to it. It was my audience. Not everybody is happy about that, though, including Mersh himself and some other people are somehow even angrier than him. I don't know how anybody can defend Mersh at this point. I mean, after I showed Mersh's comedy album, Killjoy, on the channel on Sunday, one of my viewers noticed something. This is something we were trying to point out the whole time, and watching it live, we were all in shock at how terrible it was, so we couldn't get to every petty, nuanced detail, but 07 and shout-outs in the chat to Hetero Tom from Discord, who caught this beauty. I don't know how I missed this. I mean, look at me. You'll understand in a second.
And now I get all my medical information from Twitter, because I'm getting into the new age now. So now I don't even go to the doctor. Now I just sign on Twitter once a day, and I'm like, hey guys, I've been coughing a lot. Do I have AIDS? Answer me in 140 characters or less.
Okay.
I've had 4 AIDS tests in my day. The AIDS test is very scary to get. It doesn't matter what you've been doing. Waiting for the results is frightening. So I don't get the regular AIDS tests anymore. I get the roundabout AIDS test. I call my friend Brian. I say, Brian, do you know anybody who has AIDS? No? Cool.
So, I mean, this is insane. I called Mersh the Tom Myers of Pod Awful. In fact, I think maybe one of his new AKAs is the Tom Myers of comedy. Tom Myers wouldn't like that. Listen to his version of that bit one more time. It's not the same joke, but listen to the voice he uses. Tom Myers did this same thing. I mentioned this on Sunday, where he used the accent of the guy who he stole the joke from. This is happening throughout Killjoy. Listen again.
And I'm like, hey guys, I've been coughing a lot. Do I have AIDS?
Hey guys, I've been coughing a lot. Do I have AIDS? When else has he ever talked like that? Not even in the same comedy special does he talk like that.
Answer me in 140 characters or less.
I bought Mersh's album, and I got a receipt for the album, but I told the guy, why do I need a receipt for the album? When will I ever need to prove I made this purchase? Okay, so Mersh is clearly everything we said he was. Obviously, Mersh is mad about this. On Nightwave Radio just last night, he had a bit of a meltdown as a result of this. Thank you to Angie for putting together these clips. By the way, these clips aren't even the full scope of what he talked about when it comes to Pod Awful, but you know, he had to let the spergs in chat know who's boss.
I'm a nobody. I really am. Look.
Suddenly, he's a nobody. Last week, he was an E-celebrity. This week, he's a nobody. Whatever fits the bill, but again, it's consistent Mersh. Let's listen.
I'm a nobody. I really am. Look at me on YouTube versus so many other guys. I'm a nobody. I'll admit that.
I agree.
It's sometimes when my self-esteem is at its absolute lowest.
So just like any point in the week.
I just need to remind myself, Mersh, it could be worse. You could be one of the people obsessed with your loser ass.
He says as his eyes cross into infinity.
And I go, yeah.
By the way, I am obsessed. He's right. I admit it, okay? I spent the other day on Discord, I spent an hour slowly going through one Mersh video and just screenshotting every time his face looked completely ridiculous. Every time his eyes just tried to fight each other for dominance. I am upset. I am. If you want to say you live rent-free in my head, fine. I got plenty of space. I got many properties out there. I think it might be a mutual exchange here at the very least, but fine. I am cool with that, man. I clip it. Let the people know. I'm obsessed with Mersh. And the reason I'm obsessed with him is because he's hilarious, but not for the reasons he wants to be, and he'll never understand why.
Yeah, you're right. What is it? I can't even imagine what it would be like to be obsessed with a fat retard.
You're in good company. I'm obsessed with a lot of fat retards. For instance, have you met the Santa Cruz Joker?
You know what I mean? Like, but yeah,
Get that bang
this
energy.
is very
in.
funny to me. Like, you're right. All of the things about me, you're right. I'm a fat retard. I'm a loser.
I didn't say that, by the way. Mersh said that. I'm agreeing with him. I didn't say that. Okay, that's him saying that.
I'm this and that.
Yeah, I bought the Nightwave shirt. I'm so obsessed. I love Nightwave Radio. I don't watch it except in clip form, but I do love it. I never want it to stop.
Whatever. The show sucks. I suck. I'm a loser. Whatever.
Sure.
What's it like to have me on the brain? I got to ask that.
I can tell you, okay? It's great. It's great because unlike the people who watch Revenge of the Sis and Nightwave Radio, I get to enjoy and laugh at you.
I really wish one day we're going to just let one of these trolls call in, and I really want to figure out.
I dare you. Mersh, I dare you. Do it. I don't mean me. I know you can't handle me. I'm not looking for the clout. I don't need the plug. Everybody in your audience knows who I am. They're filling up the chat with my name, even though you're not saying it. The long hair man. Oh no, the long hair man. I don't need it. Just let any of the trolls, any of them, anybody from my audience, anybody from r/Mersh, Philip Wave Rate, any of them. Let Porcelain back on your show.
What it's like to have me randomly pop in your brain throughout the day.
Well, it's not random.
I'm
He's
the one who
grifting.
lost. Like, I'm like a goldfish, right?
True.
So, like, I don't even think about Royce if he's not right in the room, sitting right in front of me.
Imagine being Royce. This man is living in your house for free. He doesn't see Royce every time he looks at the walls. I don't know how.
It's amazing when you're as fucking self-medicated as I am.
Medicated Mersh.
What an even keel you are always on.
Yeah, this is like an even-keeled guy. That's what, if I were to describe Mersh in just 5 words or less, even-keeled would definitely be in there.
I know. That's hard to believe. I saw somebody else being cute. I want to make sure that I'm...
He says he sees people in the chat. He keeps calling it, during this whole thing, he keeps calling it being cute in the chat. Mersh, thank you. I think I'm cute too. Ain't I a stinker?
getting all the people being cute tonight. Because
he's got to get rid of anybody making fun of him. Why does he have to get rid of anybody making fun of him? Because they might go in there and go, "You are the grifting queen, drunk deadbeat Applebee's cuisine. Ooh yeah."
Foo-foo. Oh, it's unfortunate you had to go, Freddie. And I'll be honest with you, for future reference,
So he kicked somebody out.
you might have actually gotten away with it for a little while, but you didn't have the cool and fun next to your name. And
Okay, listen to this. So I guess this is some D-Live feature where if you pay money, you get some sort of tag next to your name. Listen to this. This is insane.
I realized, who's
I love
this
this.
fucking poor loser who couldn't afford a couple of 100 lemons?
And this is what he doesn't get. This is what he'll never understand is so funny about him. You guys watch this. I don't even need to explain it to you. I don't have to do commentary over this. You know why that's funny. He doesn't. And his poor chat, they're so fucked in the head. They don't get it either.
So that he could
They're all a bunch of Zen rhinos.
at least blend in with the true fans. I might have let you slide.
You're only a true fan if you pay. Listen to that one more time.
So that he could at least blend in with the true fans. I might have let you slide. But you couldn't even come up with $3, you broke motherfucker.
Wow.
Somebody said that's pot awful. Well, that would explain why he's a broke motherfucker then.
He said my name! And then my head flies away like a balloon. I'm so excited. Woo! But he calls me a broke motherfucker, which is odd, considering the fact that right now we're in the pizza fund where people pay me to watch this show rather than pay me to let them know that they're my true fans. That pot awful, they say in the chat room. By the way, that wasn't me. So this whole thing starts, what Angie missed in her clips here, is this starts off with him saying that somebody in the chat must be me. I was asleep during this. I was woken up and somebody told me, you have to see this. Nightwave's melting down about you. He's sitting there thinking, like, going on and on about how I must think about him randomly and stuff. Nightwave's on. I sleep. Mersh rants about me. I'm awake. And he calls me broke. I love this. Somebody from r/Mersh shared the view count on one of my $20 videos. It said, Mersh, you do the math on this. I think the video had over 600 views. And again, and as this guy said, listen, I'm not here to gloat about anything, okay? It ain't about money for me. I would do this for free. I would especially make fun of Mersh for free. I got to make a living, and I'm trying to make the best show I can. So I ask for a little bit of money for some nice content. I don't know. It seems like a pretty good deal. You guys typically seem pretty happy with this arrangement. But as the guy on r/Mersh pointed out, this video had over 600 views on it. And that doesn't include all of the levels below $20 or necessarily all the ones above it. So you do the math, Mersh. But no, maybe I'd be better off doing super chats.
To be fair, it was like, what, fucking 25 people times $12 in pizza or whatever.
Somebody times the 600 by 20 for me. I can't even do that, man. I don't even know how much that would be.
Like, it doesn't add up to it doesn't pan out, is what I'm saying.
Doesn't it? Because I believe the other day, Mersh, you said on your stream about how you'd be wiped out if you rented a $900 car. How much is that Beamer costing you, man? Because I got assets. I got things appreciating in value. I got money coming in. I got money in the bank. I could buy your Beamer multiple times over right now with just the money inside the bank account right now. That's just what's in the bank account. I got multiple bank accounts. That's just what's in the bank account, Mersh. Again, I'm not bragging here. I don't make a ton of money. I make more than Mersh. But Mersh is big. He's big subs Mersh. He's medicated Mersh.
You're better
He's
off
Hollywood
having super
Mersh.
chats, bud. You're better off having Streamlabs, bud.
Am I? Because I remember the last time I used Streamlabs, which I've never really used seriously. When I was doing super chats the last time, I can think of a time. It was when you and I were in New York City together, and we were both streaming, and we were both live streaming the exact same event, our meeting, and both of us were taking in super chats, and I made more money on super chats than you did. You might be right. Maybe I should take super chats. I should take super chats during a Pizza Fun stream. I'd probably make more money than Mersh.
Bud, just saying.
Just saying.
There is nothing wrong.
Again, like, okay, let's say you're making a ton of money. Let's say I'm making next to nothing. I'm clearly making enough to live off of. And you're making a ton of money. You live on your friend's couch. That's it. That's how the internet knows you. The internet assumes I have a trust fund because they see this when they look at me. They look at you in your wrestling den here with your wrestling action figures and go, oh, he sleeps on his friend's couch. I mean, I would rather have the trust fund.
With being completely oblivious, any adversarial situation, whether it's internet trolls,
I don't think we're adversaries.
Let the enemy exert.
The enemy? He thinks I'm the enemy. Ooh. I've never upgraded Mersh to enemy status. He is pure goon status.
Far more energy than you. Let them burn themselves out. Let them spin their wheels. Let them keep their RPMs up really high.
It's been a year. Do I seem exhausted?
Let them do that. Let them tire themselves out. You ever seen a boxing match where
no,
a guy has really good cardio and the other guy has really good knockout power?
Mersh, let me tell you something, buddy. You're not the one with good cardio. We've seen what's below the blazer, which he's wearing a blazer right now, too, by the way. Why is he wearing this blazer on his show?
What does the guy with
I know. I had to cover up the titties and stuff.
the good cardio do? You fucking dance around the guy with hitting power. That's how you do it. Just make sure that they're going.
Wait, hang on. Computer enhance. Robot, I need to see this one more time up close and personal. If you could just zoom in for me, enhance again, and to the right, please. Thank you. One more time.
Power. So you do it. Just make sure that they're going.
Man, watch them eyes cross. Look at that face. He thinks that's how punching works. Oh my God, he's never been in a fight.
You know what I mean? And just go, yeah, that's great. You're doing great, kid.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And eventually they
right.
tire out. Like, what do you want?
Okay.
Can't make me, listen, you cannot make me the focus of your life forever. You can't.
Watch me.
Dude, this has been a year of people going, eventually.
Every hit connected. Okay? At the end of this round, when the scorecards are shown, I will be the victor.
They're either going to give up or they're going to lose their minds.
Oh, well, we're too late. We're way beyond that.
And I prefer the latter, obviously. And I think we're starting to see that anyway. We're starting to see people get very unhinged, and I enjoy that.
I agree. And I do enjoy it. People are starting to get unhinged, but it's not me. It's the people, part of something known as the Mersh Effect. I can't wait to show you this.
Let's take a look here. I've got, you didn't just do that to me. No.
What happened, Mersh?
You.
So it ends. He tells me I need to start doing super chats. That would be more lucrative. And it ends with him losing all of the super chats he got from Streamlabs. Anyway, that's Mersh. That's his meltdown. And that's all thanks to me playing his comedy album full of stolen jokes. Okay, that was appropriate. So on Sunday night, when I played his comedy album, somebody showed up, and you saw this if you were there for it in the chat room. They were melting down. They were losing their mind. Their name is MILHIP, and they are one of the many Nightwaves out there, one of the simpulators, part of the Mersh Effect. Now, this MILHIP guy, he used to be a fan of my show up until the moment when I started making fun of Mersh a year ago. Then suddenly, he and this girl that was a part of his channel, I don't know their names. Victoria, I think, is the girl's name. MILHIP. We're just going to call them MILHIP. MILHIP lost their mind because they're part of the grift. They're part of the loyalty clause in the Mersh Effect contract. So I'm not allowed to make fun of Mersh without them making sure that Mersh knows they're on his side. And to let him know that, they did an entire stream. Remember, I did my parody stream of Revenge of the Sis. That's how all of this started. I just did a little parody, and they freaked out about it. Well, MILHIP freaked out even harder and did their own parody of Pod Awful. Now, let's take a look here at their parody for a moment, shall we?
10, 9, 8, 7,
So
6.
they got a girl
5,
playing me.
4, 3,
Which is
2,
appropriate.
1. Hi, everybody. You're live tonight. Here we got God hosting God Awful.
So their parody of Pod Awful is God Awful. Let me let you in on a little secret. Pod Awful is a pun on God Awful. Great parody so far.
Hey, Jesse.
She's got a clap machine, though. You
Your
know.
host.
She's got Dr.
Thank you
Pepper.
all for tuning in on this Friday night mass
She's got
hangout
the blue
explosion.
glasses.
You get the play on words there? I'm just gonna keep clapping because why not?
So she's Jesus and me. That's the parody.
Why not? One thing I don't have set up right now is my echo effect. So what I'm gonna do, instead of having the effect, I'm just gonna echo, like that. It's gonna be.
Okay, so that gives you an idea of the parody. This did not go well for them. Now, I never think about these guys. I was kind of aware they watched my show, then they did this, and people let me know about that. I've never considered them. I mean, Mersh is on my mind 24/7, obviously. I'm obsessed. But these guys, it was never even considered to do a show about them, and I think they're pretty disappointed in that. I get accused of this clout chasing thing all the time. These are the type of guys that I always ignore because I always can tell, like, they just want a little bit of the audience. And I don't go after Mersh I don't want Mersh's audience. For the love of God, if you are a fan of Mersh or Revenge of the Sis, do not watch this show. You're a retard. You're probably a former Owen Benjamin bear. I don't have the same business model as Mersh. But the point is, I kind of ignore these guys. They're not the only ones that do that. They're just not really on my radar so much either. I did tune in for this, though, and so did some of my listeners. And it got really, really bad for this poor girl doing an impression of me, to the point where one of the comments to this day on this video is somebody just time stamping all of the times she noticeably got mad because of the chat room. Let's go to the first one here.
I can hear...
Yeah, I just want to know what this show is all about.
Oh, this is god-awful. This is the best show on the internet where
So
we
she's got
feature
call-ins.
the Christ and all of his followers under a
See,
great
all these
light.
call-ins
Right.
are happening.
I was just trying to figure it out, like, how you got the role, like, as the host, seeing it, you know, you're a fat chick, sweating from the forehead, and I can literally see your triple chins bounce when...
There is no triple chin action happening here tonight.
Sweating from the forehead may be my new favorite insult for a person. She's sweating. She's a fat chick sweating from the forehead. So,
And there's also no sweat. It's freezing cold.
by the end of this, she starts to almost cry. In fact, let me skip ahead to a couple.
Oh,
Hey,
goes
bitch,
down.
shut up for a second. You are just the fattest piece of shit. Just the fattest fuck.
By the way, I don't know who these people are calling in. I don't think they're actually my audience. You know, I usually recognize a lot of the people who would do this kind of thing for my audience, their voices. We talk on Discord all the time. We do prank calls all the time. I don't recognize these voices.
Fuck. You are just the fattest piece of shit. Just the fattest fuck.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the compliments. You guys have all raised my self-esteem
Oh.
very much tonight. Give it up. Thank you. We got Patrick that says, so this show is like bad improv practice masked as call-ins. Yes, he actually...
You chicken shit goop calling me from my number saying, oh, that's so funny. You're a fucking useless cunt, you chicken shit.
Okay. There's been a lot of name-calling happening on my show that I don't necessarily agree with, but, I mean, it's fine. It's Friday after all.
Yeah, you
I
better
know you
fucking
all had a
meditate. The
hard
silly
week
fuck
working
thing
at
that's your
your
stupid
hard
ass.
labor desk jobs.
Okay, anyway, you get it. That's only one half of MILHIP, though. The angry half of MILHIP, the half of MILHIP that's still around, is the guy. You see, that girl and her boyfriend are MILHIP. Well, they were. And they recently split up. And the guy left with the reins of MILHIP actually had his channel stolen from him by this girl. And he's been melting down on the internet ever since. Things are not going well in the Mersh Effect world, to the point where I've now stolen the MILHIP channel straight out from under this guy. I think his name is Zach, right? Yeah, Zach. So Zach from MILHIP, I'm going to give him the opportunity to tell me what's going on in his life, to figure out if he's going to be okay, if he's doing well or not. Zach will be my guest tonight on the Mersh Effect. And we will dive deeper into the psychology of the people who associate themselves and pledge their loyalty to a guy named Mersh. Nobody does longer intros than Pod Awful. This has all been free preview for those of you not in the Pizza Fund. You're welcome. If you want to see the full episode with the interview with MILHIP, Join the Pizza Fund, podawful.pizza. We don't run ads. We don't have sponsors. We don't use Patreon. Instead, we built our own subscription-based donation system. Cancel anytime, upgrade, downgrade anytime. $12 level to see this episode and an archive lasting years and years. You'll never get through it all. It's all amazing. Everyone in the chat room recommends it. Podawful.pizza.
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. Podawful.pizza.
Apple is our what now?
Sorry, nigga.
I'm Tom Gully, and you're watching Is This Live, the show.
This content right here
on the Pod Awful TV network
is Pizza Fund's own.
Podawful.pizza.
This shit is beefer. You're listening to Howdy Do with J. Crew.
Podawful.pizza.
We got shooters in these streets.
Nigga.